I know a lot of you are probably expecting me to absolutely trash on this album, but the reality is, I kinda like it. Ozzy Osbourne is of course a rock and metal legend that needs no introduction. Patient Number 9 now his 13th solo album, not to mention of course his work with Black Sabbath. Getting right into it, the title track makes for a great opener, super catchy with a great guitar hook that will most certainly get stuck in your head. Honestly, every time I hear it, I end up catching myself singing it quietly to myself for hours later. It seems like they've still got it when it comes to the songwriting. And it also sets the lyrical themes in motion right from the top, which understandably have a lot to do with aging and dying, considering the guy is 73 and has been having health problems. It all comes off as very personal and vulnerable, even kind of heartbreaking at times. I'd say the album as a whole is a pretty good mix of the usual head-bobbing rockers with the slower, moodier stuff. I was pretty skeptical of that hour-plus runtime at first, but honestly, there really isn't a track that I dislike. Especially for his age, Ozzy sounds pretty good, although I can definitely hear the auto-tune helping quite a bit. It's not like T-Pain levels or anything like that, but it's definitely noticeable if you're really paying attention. No Escape From Now also brings some additional effects that Ozzy's been using since the Sabbath days in the acoustic intro. Notable that this is also the second longest track here at nearly 7 minutes, and it takes you on a bit of a stylistic journey. My personal favorite tracks at this point are probably Patient Number 9, Immortal, Dead and Gone, and God Only Knows. And really everyone sounds great, right down to the bass. The guitar work though often steals the show, acting very much as if the 70s never ended. It's about as close to time traveling as you can get, with tons of great hooks and really satisfying solos. And honestly, it should be no surprise that the music is great, considering the collaborators here include Eric Clapton, Zakk Wylde, Jeff Beck, Josh Homme, Duff McKagan, Chad Smith, Robert Trujillo, Mike McCready, Chris Chaney, Taylor Hawkins, and even Tommy Iommi making his first appearance on one of these solo albums. Not to mention some really great additional touches like the Hammond organ on One of Those Days, strings on 1,000 Shades, steel guitar on the kind of spooky Dark Side Blues, and wailing harmonica on Degradation Rules. So now, while I will say that Patient Number 9 isn't exactly something I see myself jamming over and over again, it's really solid, well-written and performed radio rock in a time that has been severely lacking. And I think that Ozzy and Sabbath fans are going to love it for that. Especially the boomers, and I swear that's not an insult. I feel like y'all needed a win, and I think you got it. I give it an 8 for enjoyability, really good, solid time. I give it a 9 for musicianship, like I said, just the instrumentation wailing away, especially on the guitars, and I give it a 7 for innovation, pretty typical classic rock type album, but done very well. So a very solid B for Ozzy Osbourne's Patient Number 9. Check out this playlist for more of my favorite metal albums by genre, and let me know your own thoughts in the comments, but that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.